Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new old Let's Play. This time around, it is Disney's Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers for the Nintendo Entertainment System again. This was the first NES Let's Play that I ever did for the channel back in 2013, fourth one overall, and this was one that I really wanted to get out of the way, and really wanted to play through and beat for the internet because I really love the game that much. It's one of those Disney Capcom games for the NES alongside Darkwing Duck, Tailspin, DuckTales, and of course Adventures in the Magic Kingdom. And it was one of the few that I had as a kid. Well, my sister was the one with the NES and all the games for it. I didn't have my own console until I turned 7 and got the Super Nintendo for my birthday, which is where everything really started getting started and the floodgates were really let loose. And you can tell just from the demo of this game, this is a game where you run around, you pick up crates, you throw them at enemies, and you try to survive. Not much to this other than that. And this is the two-player game that we're looking at. I'm just going to be playing one player, but this, it was fun to play way back when I was getting the channel started. And I definitely wanted to play this again with better commentary and, of course, better video quality as well. So you can switch between 1 and 2 players. You can pick between those two options. I'm just going to be playing one player. And once you press start on that, you can choose between Chip and Dale. Both players, both characters play identically. I'm just playing as Chip. Okay, gang, we have a new assignment. Our cute little neighbor, Mandy, has lost her kitten. I say this is a job for the Rescue Rangers. I'll go on ahead, Chip, and scatter some things of mine that might help while we search the city. Good idea, Gadget. That's the spirit, Dale. Oh, that's the spirit. Dale, you and I can start on the trail. Monty, why don't you and Zipper track down one of those strange mechanical dogs we've been seeing in the park lately? Mechanical dogs? Piece of cake, Chip. We'll get right on it. You can depend on us. And from here, we now have control of the game. Left and right lets you move left and right. Down lets you duck. A jumps. B in conjunction with the D-pad lets you pick up items such as the apples and the crates. And while you're carrying a crate, you can press B to attack. And you can also hold down to duck inside the crate to protect yourself, basically letting you attack the enemy at the same time, at the expense of the crate itself. While attacking, you can hold up before you throw with the B button to throw it upwards, and if you hold down and press B, you can do a low throw that'll let you attack low-lying enemies as well as low-lying hit points on said enemies. So we'll be seeing the mechanical dogs first and foremost. They will come after us as soon as they are on screen. You also want to watch out for the cacti and these plants because they will hurt you if you land on them. You don't want to jump into those. And we're also picking up flowers and stars while we are doing things. If you press select, you'll see who you're playing as, how many lives you have. We start out with, I believe, 3. 0 does count as a life. And you do get to see how many flowers and stars you've picked up. 100 flowers will give you an extra life. When you pick up 100 flowers, a 1-up star will fly in from the left side of the screen. If you pick that up, you'll get your extra life. And if you pick up 10 stars, you'll get an extra life that way. Unlike the flower 1-up, I believe you get the 1-up automatically from getting them from stars. Anyway, now that I've drank some tea, let's go ahead and keep throwing more crates. See what we can uncover and pick up from them. You'll find flowers and stars by picking up crates and throwing them out of the way, which you do want to do. You do want to look through as many crates as you can to find stuff. You don't want to leave stuff unturned. And from here, you want to jump your way up. Do not fall down. It will count as a loss of a life. You have 3 hearts at the corner of the screen, top corner of the screen. Player 2 has their hit points on the upper right. And if you lose all your hearts, you lose a life. If you lose all your lives, the game's over. By running into crates, you'll be able to run into them. You'll be able to open them by running into them. And we found Zipper. Zipper gives you temporary invincibility. He will run into any enemies that he sees as long as the music is going. And when he flies away, the music will stop and you'll go back to the regular level music. I'm not going to grab everything that there is, especially if it's going to be at, like, the peril of my own life. Aside from the mechanical dogs, you also have the mousers. The mousers, when you get on their level, they will run at you. And you need to be able to throw a crate at them or protect yourself with said crate by holding down. And you also have these little electrical currents running through these frayed wires. You don't want to run into those either because those things will hurt you too. And he jumped right over us. Okay then. And I thought I would not hit that enemy. Okay, let's grab that. And he just jumped right into the air. Therefore, he no longer exists. And of course, you want to be ready to hide in a crate to get away from that bee. Now it's time to get into the last section of what the game calls Zone 0. Every level is split up into zones. Zone 0, Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, what have you. And every zone will have a boss. And of course, its own enemies. And of course, I'll be talking about them as we go through this game. Anyway, time to make a staircase with these metal blocks, which can be reused more than once. The only problem is you can't throw them like you can the regular crates. You can just only throw them a little bit, but you can use them to make a staircase, and you can use them more than once to take down enemies if need be. So there is that. And this final crate, if you need it, has an acorn that flashes. Regular acorns that don't flash give you 1 hit point back, while the flashing acorns give you all of your hit points back. By running into this crate, you'll find some Limburger cheese. Monty will run into it and then make a hole in the wall, and from there we face our first boss. You want to grab the ball and throw it at the little green ball up there while avoiding the lightning bolts that the hands are shooting out. It will take 5 hits to take down the boss. And if you know what you're doing, this boss is super easy. For the bonus level, you want to grab the crates, throw them away, and get whatever you can from underneath them. If you see a flashing star, that is a 1-up. More often than not, the 1-up will be in the top center crate. So you want to get down there as soon as you can to grab what is underneath the top center crate, because more than likely, it's going to be a 1-up. There are times where it won't be a 1-up, and the 1-up will be somewhere else, but more often than not, it's going to be the top center one. And once you beat Zone 0, you'll get a message from Fat Cat. Ha ha! I tricked you, Rescue Rangers. The kitten was just a clever trap to lure you here. I've already caught your precious Gadget. From now on, she's inventing things for me. You'll have to take her from my casino if you really want her back. And from here, we are on the world map screen. There are 7 zones. You don't have to complete all of them. As a matter of fact, the optimal path is B, D, F, and G. But just like in my original Let's Play, I will be playing all of these zones in alphabetical order, starting with Zone A. So Zone A takes place in a tree, and there are 2 enemies that you will need to deal with. There will be health for both players at the start in case of a 2-player game, and you'll also have worms that move back and forth. While you can hide in the crates to protect yourself, you can also hit them from above by holding up hit them from below rather by holding up and pressing B. And you can also hold down and press B to do a low throw. In case you're too close to the edge of the screen when you pick up a crate, you'll have to turn around in order to throw it. You always want to make sure that you have a crate ready to throw, just in case something wants to hurt you, because you not only have the worms to deal with, but you'll also have flying ninja squirrels that will also be popping up from time to time from the top of the screen, and you want to be ready to avoid or attack whenever possible, whatever's necessary. Also, sometimes you can find hidden flowers in the leaves, like right there, for instance. So if you know where you're going and you know where they are, you can find some hidden flowers and get a little closer to 100 and that 1-up in that way. And that doorway right there leads to our next boss. Stages, pretty short, kind of like Super Mario Bros. 3. And the boss here is an owl. You want to throw the ball upwards at the owl. You want to avoid the feathers as well as the occasional dive bomb from the owl itself. Once again, 5 hits takes it down. And once you complete Zone A, it's time for another bonus level. 1-up. And after the bonus stage, you always get a message from Gadget. Hi guys, don't worry, I'm okay so far. I rigged up this wireless phone when Fat Cat wasn't looking. And I sent a carrier pigeon with a map that shows how to find me. Listen carefully. You'll need to shut off some water pipes to get through Zone B. Just jump on the tap. Zipper is waiting to lend a hand in Zone C. Uh-oh, gotta run. And from here we can do B or C. We're going to do B. The crate up there contains health that we don't need, so I am skipping it entirely. And we start out in a diner. Matter of fact, that's where the whole zone takes place, in a diner. And you have these gray crates that, well, mesh with everything else that's going on around here. And you can use the environment to get away from enemies. You can stand on the glasses, you can stand on the diner seats. You can hold down and press B to drop down from platforms sometimes. Yes, you can do that. And from here, you're just going from left to right while avoiding the wrath of all these mousers. I'm assuming that's what they're called. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vocabulary aside. And let's get up there for 2 more. Now we have these guys that will shoot these little green projectiles out of these little bottles. You want to make sure that when they stop that you move away from them, that you don't get hit. And that star that showed up was from collecting 100 flowers. That's the 1-up star I was talking about from collecting the flowers. As for these little waterfalls, the water will damage you, so jump on the tap 3 times, and you'll turn off the water that is ahead of you. I don't know where the water is coming from on the upper level, but it's coming from somewhere. Maybe it's looping down and to the right. Game never really explains. And here, you want to jump from one dial to the next while avoiding the little flying bug enemy. So that way you don't fall into the pots and you can get to the next area. And that is a bomb. It will light up. Ow. It will light up when you pick it up, and it will explode if you carry it for too long. So you want to be very careful. Also, these little shapeshifters just change into enemy versions of you. And thankfully, I was able to find health in that crate right there. And I lost some of it. Great. Well, hopefully we'll find more. If I don't lose another life while I'm at it. Thankfully, all the enemies so far have taken one hit to defeat, though there will be a few that will take more than one, or involve being hit in a specific way. And I will mention them when we get there. It is possible to hit the guys who blast at you with the bottle, if you happen to be quick on the draw. Anyway, the boss here is this little spaceship. It will either go high, medium, or low. High, middle, or low. And it will drop 2 aliens near the center of the screen. In case it shows up at the bottom of the screen, you want to throw the ball to the side. And once again, another 5 hits will do it. Careful, guys. I just saw Fat Cat send some tough-looking characters to Zone D. Also, watch for falling iron balls. Throw something at the switches to stop them. Yeah, Gadget will be giving you a lot of hints to get through the game. And now it's time for Zone C, which takes place in what seems like a library. This is one of the stages that you don't have to beat in order to get through this game, but it is cool if you need the lives and the health. Well, more so the lives. So, the Racket Roos, as the manual calls them, they take 2 hits to defeat, and good grief, you actually have to run into some of these flowers at a certain angle just to grab them. Kind of weird. At least the kangaroo enemies won't send the crates back at you, unlike a certain enemy from later in the game. Anyway, once you're past the bookcase, place is starting to look more like a post office than a library, though. That's probably just me. Yeah, you really want to avoid those balls. And there's a Hawk Bomber. Ow! Yeah, the Hawk Bomber will fly towards you if you get too close to it. And it can also drop that bomb, too. The Albatross from Super Mario Bros. 2, it is not. And yes, you do have to get that Roo out of your way to get to the next section. Alright. Want to make sure that I got there before the ball was gone, so that way I could hit it. Hit that Roo. And there's Zipper again. And I pick up very slowly when Zipper's nearby. Okay, so sometimes these guys fly away and sometimes they don't. That was close. And I managed to get all my health back. Excellent. Make sure you do the crouching throw so that way you can get rid of some of the Roos that get in the way. And there's another one of those little pea things, that, like what we found in Zone B. I believe those things are there to make it so that you can lift the apples and other heavy objects for longer. But I've never seen much of a difference. Also, you'll need to jump from one lamp to the next to get the flowers and to get over here. And unlike other zones, I believe this is one of the few that does not have a boss. And I got 2 1-ups. One from the 1-up star and 2 from collecting the regular stars. Excellent. Careful, guys. I just saw Fat Cat send some tough-looking characters to Zone D. Also, watch out for falling iron balls. throw something at the switches to stop them. The same hint as Zone B, apparently. So I've been playing for 20 minutes. I'll be playing this game 20 minutes at a time in this replay of Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. And in the next video, we'll be picking back up where we left off, starting with Zone D. So join me then, why don't you? Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!